To secure graduation or land a tenure track position today, Ph.D. scholars in language and education face a non-negotiable requirement. You have to publish in high-tier, Scopus indexed journals. But that requirement creates an immediate financial barrier. Most high-impact open-access journals charge massive article processing charges, often running north of $1,500. This chart outlines the dilemma. You either choose an open-access journal demanding a high fee for a lower tier, or hunt for top-tier prestige for $0. The TEFLIN Journal fits that profile. It's a Scopus-indexed Q1 journal charging absolutely no publication fees. It provides immediate open access and is fully indexed in DOAJ, meaning your research is freely available globally without the author paying a dime. But while the financial and prestige benefits are significant, accessing this platform requires paying a steep hidden cost. In exchange for zero fees, authors must pay with immense patience and uncompromising structural compliance. 3 strict editorial gates cause most rejections. First, rigid timelines. Next, idiosyncratic formatting and narrow methodological requirements. If you submit blindly without understanding these rules, you will wait months only to be hit with an abrupt desk rejection. Winning a slot here means aligning your submission with the specific internal logic of the board. You have a choice: pay thousands of dollars for a fast, lower-tier publication, or invest the intense preparatory time required to conquer TEFLIN's gates. Let's look at the ROI equation. On the input side, you are submitting a meticulously crafted manuscript. The output you get in return is a Scopus Q1 or Q2 publication with a CC BY-SA open access license, completely free of financial cost. This diagram maps the TEFLIN acceptance pathway. The first major hurdle is timeline volatility. TEFLIN operates on a strict biannual schedule, publishing only in January and July. That creates a severe bottleneck, with very few slots available each year. Because of that bottleneck, you should expect an average of 20 weeks just to get through their double-blind peer review process. The ultimate consequence of its popularity is that the journal frequently initiates total submission freezes. The portal might be closed when you're ready to submit. TEFLIN's incredible financial ROI makes it highly competitive, which introduces extreme schedule unpredictability for authors. The second hurdle on the pathway is the structural rigor demanded by the editorial board. Your manuscript must fall strictly between 5,000 and 8,000 words. That requires intense narrative economy. This graphic shows TEFLIN's most notorious structural trap, the unheaded introduction rule. You are completely forbidden from actually using an introduction heading at the start of your paper. Furthermore, your literature review to not be its own separate section. It has to be seamlessly integrated into that unheaded essay-style opening. If you try thesis dumping, submitting an unedited chapter of your Ph.D., you will trigger an immediate desk rejection because it violates this precise structure. Bypassing this gate means stripping away your standard academic formatting habits and submitting completely to TEFLIN's idiosyncratic house style. The final gate of the acceptance pathway is methodological and topical alignment. TEFLIN ignores generic opinion pieces. They want actionable English language teaching pedagogy and tech integration. This filtering funnel illustrates their preference. Purely descriptive surveys bounce right out. They explicitly look for quasi-experimental or mixed methods empirical studies. A highly competitive topic would be testing the pre- and post-test results of generative AI feedback on engineering students' writing skills. Your research has to yield validated statistical impact. Don't just report basic percentages. You need to calculate and show effect sizes. To survive peer review, your paper must prove a measurable learning outcome that directly contributes to teaching practice. For researchers affiliated with Anna University, there is a hyper-specific institutional advantage here. The TEFLIN Journal is explicitly listed as number 12 on the Anna University Department of English approved journalist. But understand the institutional trade-off. It counts heavily as evidence of research activity, but a publication here does not automatically grant you Ph.D. supervisor recognition on its own. It is a highly valuable stepping stone for institutional compliance, but you still have to navigate separate university regulations for tenure. So we have 3 massive variables: zero financial cost, high structural demands, and volatile timelines. This quadrant chart plots publication urgency against available funds. With funding and a tight deadline, fast, lower-tier journals sit in the top right. but TEFLIN sits strictly in the bottom left. High prestige, zero fees, but low urgency. TEFLIN represents an investment of extreme patience. It is entirely incompatible with a rush deadline. We explicitly recommend this journal for budget-conscious scholars sitting on solid quasi-experimental data, especially in niches like engineering English or AI-assisted learning. However, if you require a publication within the next 3 to 6 months to graduate, you must abandon this route. The timeline risk is fatal for emergency publishing. Your immediate next step is to check the TEFLIN submission portal before writing a single word to see if it is currently open or frozen. If the portal is closed, use that time to compress your methodology and integrate your literature review into the required unheaded introduction. Success in high-stakes academic publishing depends on matching the specific shape of your research to the strict hidden geometry of the journal.